Okay, next one I want to go through is the car lesson when we have to set up a proportion and the scale factor is one of those repeating numbers. I want to go through the three different methods we talked about in class for how to use that repeating, that hard to work with scale factor to get our answer. So I'm looking at question 2 in 3.1 under the example section with Zach. It was before we started the actual lesson, but I want to redo this one just so you have a guide. So they tell us Zach works at Bunky's Cars. He earns a commission that is 20% of the markup on the car. A 2012 SUV has a markup of $650. Question 2 says the markup on the car is 15% of the wholesale cost. What is the wholesale cost of the SUV? So this is one where I would set it up as a proportion to help you see it better. So what do they tell us? They say that the markup on a car is 15% of the wholesale cost. Do we know the markup? Yes, at the top they told us the markup is $650. But what do we know about it? The markup is 15%. Remember, the markup is what they added to the wholesale cost to get the retail cost, and that's the price we pay. So this car dealership bought the car for some price, marked it up 15%, which we know is $650. They're asking, what was that original price, the wholesale price that the car dealership paid for it? So we need to look for a price, the wholesale price, and our money is on top. So the W, our variable, will go on top. Put that back there. What percent goes down here? Well, we're looking for the wholesale cost, what the dealership paid for it. Well, the wholesale cost will always be 100% because they bought 100% of the car. They didn't buy half of it. They bought 100% of the car that they're going to sell to us. Now we have our proportion. So now let's go through the different ways we talked about in class. The first way, which is probably the way I would recommend doing it the most, is we do 100 divided by 15. So in our calculators, if we type 100 divided by 15, we get 6.666666, and it just repeats. So in the calculator, we're going to type 100 divided by 15, enter. Right away, we will get 6.6 repeated. Immediately, the next button you should hit, let me put this up here, 100 divided by 15 was the 6.6 repeated. Immediately from here, hit the multiplication button. What you'll get next, it will say in your calculator ANS star. That means it's going to use the previous answer of 6.6 repeated. It's not going to round it or anything. It's going to use that exact number, and it's going to multiply it by, well, we want to multiply that by 6.6 repeated, by 650. So ANS star, and then we're just going to type in 650 in our calculator, and we get the wholesale price is $4,333.33. So this was using the method of getting the previous answer and just right away multiplying it. And when we hit that multiplication button, it's ANS pops up and it uses the previous answer. The other method we did, I'll erase all this. Actually, I'm going to bring all that back so you can have it up there and see. Okay, I don't know, it's not coming back. I'll write it up here again. So 100 divided by 15, which is the 6.66, and then right away we hit times, which brings up ANS star, and then we do 650. The second method was, we said, kind of a sketchy way. We're doing 100 divided by 15, which was 6.6 repeated. we know on the top we're going to have to do 650 times 6.6 repeated. So what we can do, the other method, is just do it kind of manually, one at a time. 650 times, and we're going to hit 6.6 in our calculators, but we have to hit it in enough times, and I think we said in class it's about 9 or 10 times. So if we just do 650 times 6.6 and hit that 6 enough times, we will get $4,333.33. The last way, let me put it over here, was using the BC button on the calculator, which is our fractions. And we said in class, we're still looking into if we can use mixed numbers, but for our fractions, what we would do is 100 divided by 16, we said, was 6.6 repeated. Well, that's 6 2/3. So on the top, we're doing 650 times 6 2/3. So in the calculator, we can type 650 times, then we can hit the BC button. Once we hit that, the fraction bar comes up. 6 2/3 as an improper fraction is 20/3. So we can hit 650 times, and we put 20 on the top, and then we hit the down arrow to go to the denominator, and we can type in the 3. 650 times 2/3, $4,333.33.